have been told, and then I've read on different fora that talk about this phenomenon, that there is a kind of pornography that is apparently a driver of the transgender identity that is so perverse that it constitutes a kind of hypnosis where men will say, I was a normal guy, I lived to be 41, 42, and I was basically normal, but then I fell into this kind of pornography, and it essentially melted my brain. I had a nervous breakdown. Now I think that I'm a woman. So rather than have to expose myself to that, and then, I have to go to confession, potentially my brain gets melted, I can just talk to Genevieve about it. Genevieve, thank you for coming on the show. Can you just give, not only the audience, but me, a rundown? What is, among all of the types of pornography that lead to transgenderism, what is this hypnosis pornography?
Oh, it's the question everybody wants to know the answer to. And Michael Knowles was wondering, I heard about this kind of porn. It just kind of floated around. I haven't heard about this porn before. What is porn, by the way? He wants to know about this hypnosis pornography. And here's his guest, his expert guest on to enlighten him about this stupid stuff. Watch.
Hypnosis pornography is a little bit different in that it incorporates your lifestyle. So typically when we think of pornography, we think of it as something that is passive, that you're sort of watching. But this type, it asks you to sort of change your behavior, change the way you dress, even to start taking hormones. And it's sometimes called sissy hypno, so that's short for sissification, hypnosis, pornography. So what this incorporates is, as you might imagine, in the hypnosis style, things like repeated mantras, counting down, and probably some of the worst, most regressive stereotypes about women that you can possibly imagine. The speaker will say to the listener or viewer, you are a dumb bimbo slut. You want to be a girl. You want to be a bimbo. Just all of that sort of terrible, insulting, degrading terminology and language, which is part of the point. It's part of the thrill. It's that it's taboo, that it's degrading, that's humiliating.
It's really weird how that works. Well, okay, listen. So you watch a certain kind of porn and it says, you bimbo, and you, oh my God, I'm a woman. I've always asked the question because I tell people even, I said, if you run across your crazy uncle at Thanksgiving and he goes, yeah, if you watch that, then you're suddenly going to want to become a woman. Ask them, how does that work? And here's this expert, and this is how it works. Apparently, someone says to you, they voice over very quietly while you watch the filthy porn, and it goes, you bimbo. Slut you. And then you go, oh my God, where's my dress? That's how it works. Why don't you stop arguing with me about this?
I mean, we're of the generation who came up with elders telling us that jacking off would make us blind. Like this is what this reminds me of, JR. Like, what are they talking about? Like, what? It's like the obsession with trans people who make up less than 1% of the population. Mm. That's best estimates. Like that's generous estimate is that our population is comprised of 1% trans people. The obsession and fixation on these people's lives to the point where they come up with these theories. Well, they had to be hypnotized into it. It's like what? And the fact that they could do that segment and not laugh, not crack a smile one time is just insane to me.
It goes back to when you said you couldn't believe, when we're talking about crowd, you couldn't believe that some of these folks, when you see them off camera in those moments, they still talk and act the same way they do on camera. This is really what you believe? Wow, bro. So he really went home and searched up really hard for all of this hypnosis porn. And he's like, I got to see. Because as we know, Michael
Knowles... It's research. He's a good, he's a good journalist. He's just doing the work, JR.
I mean, you got to flesh these things out. Just saying.